I played more than 200 hours of Into the Breach on hard before the Advanced Edition introduced a new difficulty, unfair, and made me realize how far I was from mastering the game, not always for the right reasons. And now, after more than 500 hours and 57 videos, I think I'm ready to condense everything I know into just a handful of guides. And as a warm-up, we'll go back to the moment that I realized for the first time the winning strategy. It would take many hours on unfair, trying perfect 40k runs, but the origin of the best strategy was actually when I lowered the difficulty to easy and tried to remove all weapons. It may sound silly, but I think it's a great practice for the higher difficulties, because it forces you to focus on a very specific thing that's often overlooked: deployment. And then, of course, positioning in general. Doesn't matter if I win or lose. The goal is to look at how the Mech think. But to make things more interesting, I'm going to add an extra challenge, since I already did an easy no weapon run before the Advanced Edition update, and I'm going to try a pacifist run with Harold. Harold's repair will be our only way of attacking, basically. As for the mechs, I'm keeping the Judo mech because it's the armored prime mech that I already used in the previous attempt. I used 2 of them, but the Advanced Edition introduced a flying mech with 3 HP and 4 movement. Actually, 2 of them. Of course, it doesn't matter for the weapons, but they will be a huge help. Harold on a flying mech is almost as good as a ranged mech, being able to move 4 mech at once in the right position. Any normal squad on unfair without ranged mech would be very much in trouble. It's sinkers. But that's not the main focus. Where to deploy, where to go, and of course with which mech you can do it. So if you're having trouble on hard or unfair, look for projectile mech or gastropod and beetles. We see how things change, if it's easier or harder. There's no point in attempting something like this with mods, since we won't be able to do anything to them. It would just destroy the board, even on easy. So pick your battles. I'd like to be more than just a decoy. I cover all the pilot's dialogue in an upcoming video. Right now, let's just focus on the tactics. So here we have what I was afraid of. We have a moth, and the firefly is the best. The only reason that I managed to do this before the Advanced Edition was thanks to the projectiles with the fireflies. Now we have more options, like the gastropod actually, and that's it. The beetles are old enemies, but will be on the second island onwards. So this would be like before the update, but this has an interesting leader. The only one that you can defend against. But we have the new enemies, the gastropods. So let's see if it works with the gastropods, just like the fireflies before. Also, no weapon power has a higher priority than a pilot, since it overrides. Not combat ready. Yeah, I know. And we got with the perfect mission for us, block Mech spawning. Of course, I'm not going for a perfect island, but we just need to survive. That will be the hard part for a change. So that normally would be a very easy turn, but I don't want to push this into the spawn, since don't want to hurt any Mech. Instead, of course, we need to push that away. So instead I'm going to do this, and yeah, the boost extra repair. We are never attacking, so the opener, I picked the opener just because of the 2 extra movement, which maybe we don't need, being flying and all, but we see. Don't need to worry about the Psion because we won't kill anyone, so there won't be any spiders, unless, well, they hit themselves. And that's our game plan. Speedrun tactic, and that's the power of Harold. We can avoid any damage thanks to that. Perfect first mission. Don't think it will continue like this for long. And we get... oh, okay. Eric 1 would be great if we weren't flying, so if I could have... of course, Frenzy Repair is just too good to pass up, but I could have used Eric 1. Also extra XP, which we only get if there are environmental effects, otherwise no level up. Let's go for extra move, since we need to step in front of the enemy's attacks, but also we might switch for health, because we have 2 hard missions over here. This is an objective we cannot do for a pacifist run. This we can. And this is a horrible start, because we cannot do this, we'll drown the Mech, so I'll need to freeze it. And there is an alternative, of course, to taking damage, but is it worth it? Do it like this. We save both buildings, but... maybe? Let's try. And this is not the correct move. Of course. This is not either, but oh well. Always forget about the Harold's repair, and we need to take damage because the extra pacifist challenge, I cannot do that, and that's why the ranged mech would be much more helpful than Harold, of course. Also, Ghana could have been a good choice, starting choice, of course, if we didn't have Harold, to stay in front and just hope for the best, I guess. Not much you can do. Can repair the fire next turn, and they got the crit resist. Okay. I mean, I didn't need that. I'm taking damage at some point. Yeah, 15%. Not much you can do about that, unfortunately. If there are no projectile enemies, we cannot do much. Hornets are the worst. Well, I guess moths would be the worst. On the plus side, now that this one is gone, they cannot attack anything else. And with this enemy combination, we are very much in trouble. Not much we can do when we are webbed, so... one extra. Actually, depending on turn order, might be 2. No, 1 extra. Damage. It doesn't matter the perfect island, of course, because we cannot kill the leader, so... we never get a perfect island. And we'll never be able to destroy 2 Mech Hexags, so there's no reason to take the risk. Knock Mites of the Mech, easy mission. They are not defrosting anymore. It's a basic mission. But that's a bit annoying, ruining my perfect block, but we survive. Now the true test. Corporate HQ. The Firefly leader that hits like a truck. They're actually going to put HP instead of movement. And we need to bait the Firefly. I like that it shows the current mechs, but we don't have a 3 HP anymore, so we survive. And yeah, that's the power of opener. That's why I didn't go for a different movement-based ability, like Masochist or Adrenaline, because since I'm repairing, Masochist wouldn't work. And of course, Adrenaline, I'm not killing any Mech. Everyone, you can relax. Yeah, Henry is in the building. Firefly Leaders replaces 2 normal Mech, so that's why we got only 2 Mech. But we can still block like this, even though I wanted to prepare a trap. I think it's better to stay over here, because I don't want the gastropod to come to attack that way, so the only thing I can do, best thing I can do is stay out of the way. Even if you want to attack horizontally or vertically. But the enemies like the Firefly leader that attack 2 tiles are very sensitive. Yeah, I should have seen that. So this is a horrible map for the Firefly leader. So what I wanted to do is actually to prepare a trap like this, so it will stay over here, but I forgot that symmetric maps are a nightmare for the Firefly leader. So we need to spend almost all the HP to block one, and we cannot block the other, which will make us in trouble. But yeah, the best tactic actually is to place 2 Mech like this and hope that yeah, this is a high chance of getting. So it would have been a 50-50 between this and this, unless yeah, I should have blocked. That was a mistake. That's why yeah, you can see a positioning matters. This is a bit risky, but not much I can do. Hopefully now the Firefly will be targeting. Yeah, it's just a 50-50. Went for the buildings again. Actually, could I have... No, if I pushed it up, I would have destroyed the thing, but now we can do it. And the gastropod does not let us block again, which is not great. So I went for the block, but the right move would actually keep the judo mech to keep blocking the firefly, and this things that you notice only if you try something like this. No weapon run, you are forced to worry about this. Who attacks first? Can barely survive. Well, barely survive. And I got another resist. Okay, so all that luck is not really necessary. I don't like it because, I mean, it's a matter of luck anyway, but I made a mistake in positioning the judo mech, so I should be with only one power grid. And I'm not going to sell donate the weapons because, well, I could, but I'm not using the corporate reputation because that would be, for me, it would be using the weapons if you sell and use the reputation. It's an extra challenge. I think I'm going to play it safe. Also, yeah, let's take care of the weapons. I'm not using the corporate reputation. And now we got old enemies only, with a crab that will probably destroy us, or the moths with beetles. This might be slightly easy, but the digger and the crab we cannot do much, and of course they're only old enemies. So let's try this one. Well, since you were blocking, I think I'm going to keep HP for now. And yeah, we cannot save the Vec from the mines, so it will be an easier mission. Still technically pacifist, we are not killing them. Also will help with block Vec spawning. Oh, I always forget, yeah, of course on unfair you start with 5 Vec or high threat 6, so there will be no spawning. But on easy it's very easy. The problem with unfair, there are too many Vec on the field, so there won't be any spawns because there's a hard limit to 6. When there are 6 Vec on the field, the game will stop making new spawns. So this is a problem because we cannot be here. I hope to fix that timeline. Of course it's a move, so we can undo. So we can see what they say when they die. Another brave pilot. No way, I'm not supposed to die. Also, if you do it too fast, yeah, they will overlap. After, yeah, will be delayed anyway. Also, this one is going to drown himself, but not much you can do. What I could do is this, but technically not damaging, but I am killing, so... I mean, it's a moth, so... Should I allow it for the challenge? What do you think? Still a pacifist challenge? I'm going to say no. So we're taking 2 damage. Oh, just 1, but destroying the time pod. Oh, this one cannot even reach the block. Thankfully, we have Hurricane. So yeah, I cannot save the Vec from themselves, but I'm not killing them outright, so still counts. I did one crazy run in which on hard I didn't let any single Vec die, but that was quite lucky, yeah. Of course, with a mine mission, there's nothing... Oh, he got the promotion. I mean, he thinks he's popular, alright, but... yeah, not the right run to sell him, anyway. So popular hero is very bad on the pilots who want to train, would be very good on the throwaway pilots. Anyway, the mission is over. Almost perfect for the double push, but this one is attacking me, attacking Harold, so I can just do this. I will... yeah, technically would kill this. Doesn't matter too much, but... and of course no projectiles, so... these can only attract shots, cannot do anything. Okay, extra mobility is going to help. Yeah, we'll take 1 damage anyway, but nothing we can do. again. Yeah, I don't like this. Yeah, I'm complaining about being lucky because it kind of invalidates the thing. Ralph Carlson, adrenaline. Not using that. Ralph is not very helpful. The worst pilot. It's just like the default. Usually it's not a problem training pilots. I'm not going to fight the back camp. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, Harold. And we have plenty of easy missions. Well, tidal waves will give us XP but destroy the back. Artillery support we cannot use because it will damage the back. So let's start with this. Think later where to put the reactor core. And here we are in trouble because I want to bait the beetle out of the thing, since he can push. Is probably prefer, if I stay over here, he will probably prefer this column. So I'm going to move back, but that opens the way for the leaper, and I'm not sure I can push depending on where the leaper blocks me. I guess I can survive 3 damage from this one, depending who this one webs. Okay, we're good. Perfectly fine, aside from the fact that I cannot block. Also, I should probably keep blocking this one, so let's do this. And yeah, that's the goal of playing without weapons. Try to push, body block the Vec. Of course, if they're flying or jumping, there's no point in all of that, but yeah. Oh, and now we need to decide between saving this one. Actually, I can survive. And in this situation, Harold cannot do anything, so I'm happy that he has the 2 extra HP because of the webbing. And the webbing ruined everything because, yeah, the pacifist run is over. I cannot lose Harold, but yeah, we won't be able to survive. Leapers are tough. The Blood Psion always find the worst spot to be in. Well, for us it's good, but also no projectiles, so we cannot do anything. Oh well. Yeah, if I added the reactor core to Harold, would have been fine. Could have tanked it. Cannot predict that. Let's do this. Tidal waves should be. This is a mission that made me lose a perfect 40k run, because there's no room to maneuver at the end. Of course, now that we have beetles, we can easily block them. And I damaged, but it doesn't matter. It will repair. The perfect pacifist is over because of the Psion. Okay, 1 down. Let's see if we can get another power. Definitely not doing a high threat mission. But I cannot use the artillery support. Well, actually, now I can use, because we are not a pacifist. I mean, I technically am not damaging the Vec. Important thing is to beat the game, hit them hard and fast, like my first video. I called them hard and fast because I was hoping to play fast. Well, 1 star against 1 building damage, they are equivalent in the end for us. But usually the star is more valuable. Let's do this. Because this one will block for us anyway. I wonder why the Vec attack the buildings at all. Yeah, Harold asks the hard questions, so the game does not explain the lore at all. Always left mysterious, so better for replayability, I guess. But yeah, we don't have a reason. The best fan theory is that they are attracted by electricity, which is a common theme, since this is inspired by Japanese movies, kaiju movies. It's a common thing that they go after the electricity to heal the earth. And yeah, with the most enemies we cannot do anything. So it all depends. Ghana would have been great against the Tumblebug leader because we can block it, but in this situation it's a very favorable map. The Tumblebug leader cannot reach any buildings, so we're fine. Unfortunately, the armor will not prevent the damage from the explosion. We could actually do more than that and block him with his own. So Henry Khan can go through enemy units, and the boulder count as enemy unit. At least the unstable boulder. Not sure about the normal one. Think so. Can do this anyway, and we're good. 2 islands done. The hardest part, of course, will be the volcano. The 2-island volcano is probably the hardest when you don't have many upgrades, and of course without weapons. It will be a bit luck dependent. That's where we needed the grid defense, since the volcano is unfair anyway. Important thing is not to remove these boulders. Perfect. Oh, of course I could have pushed into water because it's massive actually. So he can move up, the water did not protect us immediately, it just protected us because there were no buildings to target. So you want to put a boulder into the water because it will automatically explode and damage the building, which would be a direct attack, not a telegraphed one. But yeah, he could have just jumped. If we didn't stay in front, he could have just come here because the leaders are all massive. So we survived and it will be a perfect island, yeah, aside from destroy the tumblebug. Smoke drop would be very helpful for a pacifist run, but no weapon. No weapons or no weapons. Yeah, not selling Harry Kwan. He's selling this one and Ralph. There's no reason to keep Ralph, so I can afford to full power grid to full. I will need it. We'll desperately need it. And now, yes, I'm going for HP. So let's see how it goes. Usually the buildings are on this side, so I'm trying to bait, but of course we don't know without. Only Ghana shows you the buildings outline because you cannot put Ghana on the same tile where a building will drop. So it's already predetermined. Okay. Oh, I forgot that we're on easy, so only 3 Vec. And finally we got the fireflies that we need. So well, this sealed his fate. And this one I need to block because if they go over here it's a problem. Try to bait the firefly or block this way. Probably better to block this way. Well, it depends. Depends which kind of Vec, of course. If it's a flying Vec, doesn't matter much, but if it's not, yeah, it will be blocked, but it's an artillery, so yeah. Doesn't matter. Also, yeah, projectile against the building, not much. Take 1 damage. Keep blocking. Finally the perfect move, but yeah. I don't know, is Pacifist a silly extra? I mean, we are not technically damaging, but yeah, I could block this one with that one. I don't know if it's interesting to try to do a pacifist. I already tried many times before the Advanced Edition update on normal without weapons, and yeah, there's no way. Even with fireflies, I couldn't. There are too many Vec, so it's not doable. So instead of doing a normal or trying a normal and failing, I'd like to try a easy pacifist. Also, yeah, on easy, not many alpha Vec. That definitely helps. Fortunately, we took 2 damage, so not guaranteed, depending on the spawn. Okay, not bad at all. We can already take care. Again, if this was a pacifist, I would take the 2 damage over here, would probably be fine, but since I can, I might as well do this. Take 1. Yeah, can reach. Take the damage and keep blocking. Exoscare, it webbed itself and me. One of the funny lines of Eric 1. And that's the danger. So yeah, if I didn't have Harold, this would be dead when webbed. On the plus side, this is the perfect turn to block because the spawn will go away for 1 turn, of course. Then it will come back. So let's see how many spawns it does on easy. We have 3 Vec and 1 spawn. You can do 2 more. Yes, did 2 more. Yeah, I'm killing that, so yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. Probably it's better to keep blocking, but and perfect. My gamble paid off. Perfect for Harold if we do like almost perfect. I cannot. I wanted to put this one here to block, but yeah, it doesn't matter. So you'll take 2 damage. The armor will save him, but it doesn't matter. I don't need Harry Kwan for the next run. Instead, we need to keep this one. Oh, the Psion does not damage the Judo Mech because it's armor. I didn't think about that. It's not an explosion, it's a direct attack. don't want to get misty-eyed or anything. I had a lot of fun. New timelines, the discoveries. Yeah, Harold, you have a bunch of them waiting for you. Well, I wasn't expecting to get this first try, but I guess I got this first try even last time, and I learned a lot since then. Unfortunately, the jump from easy to normal is huge, but I might as well try. Well, got lucky the first time with Firefly and Gastropod at the same time. That was an extremely easy island that I should have left as a second, because the second island is just too tough for normal. I could have played better this mission, but there is simply too many Mech for this silly challenge. Maybe if I leave Firefly and Gastropod as a second one, but now I need to restart many more times to hope. Yeah, we cannot pick a seed into the breach, so I'll be skipping everything that doesn't have Fireflies and Gastropod. And a few timelines were harmed in the making of this video, but I got it, and on archive no less, Firefly and Gastropod, with the Firefly leader, so this gives me hope, but I don't think I can get the volcano, but at least I can try beating 2 islands. After a quick change of colors with the controller, we cannot do that with the keyboard, we're ready to try this good, favorable seed, hopefully. And 1 Firefly over here, unfortunately Scarab and Leapers are not very helpful, but what can you do? Easy mission, not so easy mission. We can hope to bait someone over here, but unlike the Leapers, I want the Fireflies to advance, to target us. Only 1 free column, unfortunately. Well, we got the free column, so 1 kill. And we can do this. That's a good start. Definitely a good start. Try to bait them laterally, not much else I can do. Thanks to Harold, we can try to box this in like this, since these 2 will keep blocking. Probably would have been better to block a spawn, but and it's a leaper, but it's on the perfect target. So we are good. We won't get the objective, but everything else is perfect. Yeah, no more pacifist nonsense. It's time for war. Now with Finisher, we could have gotten the objective. Opener is much more helpful. This bonus objective is much easier. Good set of conveyor belt, just need to be careful about this sleeper. And of course hope for the Scarab. Yeah, the Scarab goes here, okay. Should have went with Harold on this side, because if the Scarab went here I needed to reach and push. Oh, well, of course, opener. You cannot even block. I think there's a soft limit to the number of Mech of the same species, but even better, Psion and Firefly. Okay, so we can survive, but yeah, this Leaper is very dangerous. And I'm going to leave this one here because, yeah, if the Leaper attacks him, he's dead, so I need to use the 2 conveyor belts. We'll fix the problem either way. This one is dead, and this one will go away. The pilot will survive, we can sell for later, but this is not good. This will damage. And again, the Psion blocking us. So we could reach, but the Psion is still blocking us. Also, these 2 are blocking themselves. Yeah, that's the problem when unfair a lot. When the Mech are too close, our weapons cannot do much. Now we don't have weapons, but good. So 1 damage only. Scarab picked the worst. I guess he couldn't reach the others. Oh, this one will actually kill. Okay, that was lucky. And I can do the same over here. Okay, conveyor belts helping us a ton, actually. Without conveyor belt, it would be at 1 probably. 1 power grid. Or without a pilot, I guess. I really need a power core for the extra HP, but I'm not getting it. This is a favorable map, actually, because the buildings are far away. Instead here we cannot do anything about this building in the center of the map, so there's no point in standing in front since there are no melee attackers. I'm going to stay on the empty slots. Perfect time pod for once. The time pod ruined many 40k runs, but this is perfect aside from the attacker. You cannot push back because no Mech will come close, but yeah, we don't even have melee Mech on this situation. Person unfair, there are many more. We could maybe get the objective though, only because they are spawned close to each other. And once we are in the Mech zone, yeah, the Fireflies are much more likely. to hit this way. Well, this one I didn't have a choice. Empty columns and rows. Let's see if I can bait the Scarab to attack far away from here, since I don't want to take damage. Don't know if it has a preference for attacking. Nope. Doesn't care. Same chance of attacking everything probably, like the Fireflies. Only the Vec with a more complicated pattern have preference when they see two in a line and they attack two tiles. They go for that. Every time on a hard and unfair. This still is very good for us. Now we could push stuff into, but probably too late. And perfect. For some reason they went for the thruster mech. Can even get a kill. Not that it matters. The time pod is... Eric 1 again? What are the odds? Well, there are 17 pilots, but no duplicates, so 1 in 16, about 6%? Less than half the first grid resisted we had. But I don't know the odds of getting a pilot from a time pod. That's perfect. Has my real weapon not arrived from the armory? Yeah, he doesn't know. It's a different Eric 1. I think I want the HP anyway. We have an easy mission over here and then the real one. The leader. Thanks to Eric 1, I can do this and kill. Oh, I can do it from this side, of course. Much better. Oh, come on, we lose the only objective. Leapers. Eric 1 is not a game changer, but I had considered going with the 3 flying ones. Having Abe to add armor to a flying one would be more effective, of course. Lost the only important building, but we are still good. The second island will be the tragic one. Also, the Hornet leader. So I need to bait the Hornet leader whatever I do, so when the Vec has a pattern, like a 3-tile pattern, on hard and unfair we always go for that, 3 in a row, and since he cannot reach this side, or this side, I'm hoping that still on normal it will go for us, but since this has a pattern of 2, I don't know how much, if this is much more important for the Vec or not, how he's coded. They are coded to move randomly, of course, but yeah, on hard and unfair we'll always go for the best target, and the best target is us, because we are 3 in a line, but yeah, it won't be so easy on the next turns. Since there are 4 turns left, I don't think it's worth to take the risk and not be able to reach, so I'm just going to use one and try to bait him somewhere else. I'm tempted to do this, but it just, yeah, 33% or even less actually, since he can... C1 doesn't count because it's on the border. So 1 in 5, 20% chance, not worth it. Without the Psion we could do 3 in a line, then it would be guaranteed probably. And I got the Leaper. And... ooh, okay. That's going to save us for this turn. But yeah, now the leader is over there. It's not ideal. Not ideal at all, but yeah, the extra HP is going to keep us alive. I was worried that the Psion would go near the leader, so I could not push him. So now Harold is going to follow the Hornet around, hoping to be able to push. Okay, we're taking 2 damage either way. We can repair later. So the situation is actually more dangerous than it seems, because this one can deal 2 more damage next turn and kill us. So I think the best option is to take one like this, even also because I cannot push it away. So yeah, there's not enough room over here. I guess we can take 2 more. We can take 2 more. And I left myself, yeah, on a 3 line, so he went over here. Easy enough. The problem is, yeah, not only this deals 1 damage, but also I'm losing 1 pilot that I could resell. I don't think I can do anything else though. Yeah, we lost 2 grid at the end, and we got the ice generator. That would be very easy. Do a pacifist run with that, at least on normal. Also, we cannot afford a reactor core, and I don't want to sell Maxim because the volcano will be much more dangerous, even though I've never been able to get Island 2. I'm hoping to get an easy mission at the start to power grid reward, basically. But I'm not going to equip him because, yeah, I was wrong. I could have sold the other pilot. There was no reason to have him equipped because they don't get enough HP also. Let's just get rid of these things and leave the island without using the corporate reputation, because I will be like using the weapon. And we got the diggers. That not what I wanted to see. That's very, very bad. So we might not be able to do that. Yeah, I was hoping for fireflies and gastropod, but if there is one digger per mission, there can't be more than one, but one digger per mission can ruin everything. 3 or 4 guaranteed damage per mission. Let's try and already destroy the dam to the keg sucks. Okay, in this situation wouldn't be too bad actually. What am I saying? We cannot destroy the dam. So if we start like here, the Vec will not target left or right. If we had Ghana, we could damage the dam and then bait a Vec to attack this way, and it would be fine. Oh, but we got, yeah, perfect. The power we needed over here. 3 move, and we can try to bait him, but of course with only Harold pushing and a boulder over here, we needed something else. So again, Ghana maybe could have saved us. Artillery support baited the gastropod, which is very, very good. If only I could reach... yeah. Actually, I can reach. Yeah. Okay, so the only hope is to take care of this. If I don't destroy this boulder... well, without Eric 1 it would be stuck. Eric 1 didn't need it, but... also I cannot block. That's unfortunate, but I think I want to keep the gastropod away from here. But that's very convenient. We don't even need to do anything with Harold. Although... so I need to think the best possible. Just need to worry about this, but if he's in the middle, I cannot do anything. So I think I'll stay over here. Although 3, 5, yes. If I stay over here, we should be fine. Hopefully. Unfortunately, we lose the Psion. That could come in handy. We get more spawns this way. So we cannot block everything. That we can, huh? The artillery is definitely helping without using our own weapons. And exactly where I didn't want it to go. So yeah, again, without the artillery, it will be over. I just needed to restart over and over again until I get favorable Vec. And also Harry got a promotion. Masochist, okay. I think it could be helpful, plus to move, of course not at the beginning with armor because he's not getting 2 damage, but later on they will hit for 3, so... well, right now they are hitting for 3, and also... the easy mission is locked behind defend the tanks. Oh, that was unfortunate, so the 2 easy missions are far away. Let's try this. So the Fireflies moves first, and if the Fireflies attack here, the digger will go to the buildings, and again, without Ghana, nothing we can do. Also, Ghana would have helped with spaces on fire. Don't have a choice though, I cannot start from anywhere else. So to make it more fair, well, to make unfair more fair, well, even worse, now we got. Okay, that was very lucky. Well, 1 in 3, but to make unfair less unfair, it should be... we should have more room to start. The trick with the diggers is to have smoke, so you can smoke them and they will be inside their own... they cannot go through their own boulders for some reason. I think it's considered an environment, but yes, Hurricane can freely go wherever he wants. I need to save this though. And I need to keep blocking, but I think the smart move is to take damage on that. Block and keep the column F as a target for the Firefly, and the Hornet will keep blocking the digger. I would be okay with losing that building if we could get an advantage for later on, but I don't think we can. Even if he goes here, since yeah, I probably won't attack his own, and if he goes here we can push later after this one moves, unless this one attacks this way, I guess. This is on fire, so it will be perfect. The only problem is that I'm basically baiting the digger to come here because he has 2 targets and there's nothing I can do later. So yeah, we'll take 1 damage, but it's more important to start to block. I don't think I can do anything better than that. Here he goes. Yeah, nothing we can do unless... Yeah, if only that attacked that way, he would be dead the next turn from the fire. Not so lucky, but yeah, our biggest issue is the Hornet. So I could play around with the objective since I am on fire, I can set fire to every tile. But I'm not going to do that. I need to save... Yeah, I cannot afford 4 buildings. The good thing that these are on fire, so digger cannot go here, and perfect. So this is the obvious move. And it will be also be dead the last turn. But unfortunately, if I do this to avoid, we could completely avoid the damage from the digger next turn, like this. Well, actually, the opposite. Yeah, I cannot even reach. Yeah, it will be dead, but the problem is that we let the Mech emerge. Cannot afford to do that. Oh, also I shouldn't have repair because I wanted the extra movement, but yeah, I can't. And that was unfortunate, especially because the boulder on fire will go away, so this one will hit anyway. So we are taking the damage. That's very unfortunate. At least this one is dead, but Harold cannot do anything about that. Oh yes, he can. Right? Yes. We are not getting the objective, but at least we saved most of the buildings, I guess. It's better than I expected. But yeah, the digger, if this was a beetle, I don't think beetles and gastropod are allowed on the same map, but if they can, that would be the way, the only way to get it. Yes, we got 1 star. The only way to get it fair. Also, smoke bombs is not going to help, although with the upgrades they can jump over diggers, so they are very good. Extra HP is sorely needed, even on Harold could be helpful. He's already a 5, and this is a very good thing. I could get some XP, but definitely not 25, so yeah, there's no point. Guess I can try. Almost perfect with the digger positioning with the bombs everywhere, so he only has 1 tile, 1 possible tile. Not much strategy at the beginning, just try to bait an empty tile. Perfect, that's exactly what we needed. Well, we didn't need that. Now they got a lot of spawns, but yeah, so the alternative, I could have started outside, but there was no reason because the Fireflies doesn't care if they are 3 in a line or not, and it would be very bad if he went close to the buildings, of course, like the gastropod can do next turn. So I could block everything and reach the gastropod over here to push it away with Harold, but if it goes there, we cannot do it. 3, 6, 7. We need the open air boost again. I don't think it's worth the risk, so I'm letting 1 Mech emerge. Perfect, that's another gastropod, so it cannot be another digger. And of course the Psion went, yeah, they're coded to go close and ruin everything, so yeah, the weapons that have some special effect, like going through, are shine in this situation, but very annoying. The Psions objective less than 4 mech damage, so need to keep repairing. Perfect, perfect, and perfect. Okay, everything is going fine now, but we lost 1 extra. Now with the repair, we are good. His mission, unfortunately the next one won't be as easy, so I could try to defend the armor train on a very tough map, or go for the extra power and ignore the tanks because we won't be able to protect them. This has more Mech though. 1 more Mech at the start. I think we can do it because of the water, but yeah, maybe we'll lose these 2 buildings, but hopefully the armor train will survive so I can buy 2 more grid power. Well, the digger will destroy 1 building, nothing we can do, but at least if the train wasn't armored, this was an alpha, the mission will be over again, the objective. Now we need to worry about the Hornet that can go anywhere. I'm offering to the Hornet 2 tiles where he can attack 2 mechs, and he only has 1 tile where we can attack 2 buildings, so... Oh, 2. Yeah, if he goes here, there's nothing we can do, unfortunately. It's all a matter of luck now. The Hornet. Yep. Ruined everything, so we are dead. Yes. We are dead. And I started like on the volcano, but I didn't have a choice. Try to bait the Hornet was the only possible solution, and that's, yeah, the unfair part is that we don't have control. So when we start, we cannot get the Mech to attack us. That's part of the game. The only way to make it more fair would be to have more freedom on the starting position, but yeah, it would be a different game, since you can easily bait the Mech at some point. So if you get a resist, we survive, otherwise it's game over, as I expected on normal. Yep. One more. Nope. Oh well. I like this timeline, yeah. Me too. And after a promising start, thanks to the shields and ice, despite some issues with robots, balanced by a lucky resist. Silica is completely useless, unfortunately, but you don't see islands like this on Unfair, with some insights of the super AI governing pinnacle. My creator did not teach me to seek vengeance, but she did not have to watch the horror of the Mech. I got an interesting mission. Will I block or let that one set it on fire? Well, I moved too far away, so I cannot reach. And now I can reach, but there's another building. Only because of the Scion. Guess this is the best move long term. Moving the 1 HP from the Scorpion, but taking 1 damage anyway. Not looking good. This is just a first island. Thankfully an easy last turn. And thanks to that sacrifice I got a promotion, which is open air. Okay, now it can be useful. Still probably better on a flying Mech. The good thing about the Spider is that we have 1 less Mech, less starting Mech. So on normal it's just 1. But can we get rid of all of these? Definitely no. That's a very convenient location. And the Spider added fire to that tile, so maybe... there's the other one. I say maybe we're safe, but we are keep baiting the Firefly. I'm ignoring the Firefly because it's the easiest one, far for the building. And we are keep getting that. So is it better to do this for the last turn, or to save 1 building over here? At least this Spiderling doesn't have anywhere to go, but these 2 will probably go here, taking a risk and hoping that this Spiderling attacks me. Nope. That was very bad. That was very bad. We lose the corporate tower. We are completely stuck, so we cannot even save the tower if we want. That's unfortunate. It was 1 star at the end. Yeah, barely alive, Island 1. So we have 2 reputation, not looking good. But we can sell these ones I didn't waste. If I use this for reputation, maybe I could, but yeah, not doing that. All of that because of a Firefly and Gastropod on Archive. Actually, it seems I've been getting it very frequently right now. And the Centipede is definitely going to help. That's the best... well, probably the Beetle was the best option, but the Centipede is close. So we have 2 more options that I completely forgot at the beginning. That we have the Centipede, we can block. So the Hornets will be the toughest part. And of course, the final leader. What's the layout? Very bad, but then good. Can work with that. And I pressed main menu by accident, so I never seen that loading when you are already in the mission. I just wanted to check the time, 25 minutes. Playing quite fast. Of course there's nothing to do, so... Opener coming handy. This will avoid the fire. And that's just Upsion. Perfect. No centipede yet. But yeah, that's the combination, the only combination that could allow us to win this island. Still, there's the volcano after, so. And fire is perfect for the spiderling. This way I can block 2 spawns. Oh, when they hatch, they lose the fire. Great. And now we are stuck. So taking 2 damage. That was, yeah, too good to be true. Can only get rid of the spider, but yeah, blocking me. 2 damage, otherwise it would have been a great mission. Now the centipede. Oh, of course the centipede is dumb, but yeah, it doesn't worry about damaging the other Mech. So if the firefly moved after the centipede, then he would have well, attacked the building. But sometimes they attack nothing because they think they see this pattern on a Mech and then the Mech goes away, so they will attack nothing. Still very easy to deal with. If I can reach. No chance of doing the objective. The acid will remove the fire anyway. So hopefully now we will survive, but yeah, not too sure about that. Air support, please help. Thank you. Never mind. That's probably the best move we could have asked for. Or just save everything. No, the pilot doesn't know what they're doing there. Just randomly hitting stuff. Wow, baited the opposite direction. That's perfect, but this is too far away. There's no way I can reach it. We only hope that there's a strike over there. Now, on the last turn, I could get here, but we'll see. Also, I cannot swap these two. So should I let this one get destroyed for the last turn? Or let one Mech spawn? Considering that I cannot do much, there's only one projectile and this one. I think I'm going to just let it here. Oh, I forgot about the spider. Also, if I drowned the firefly, he would have gotten a spider, so yeah, it wasn't the best call. Perfect. Targeted. Ideal. Couldn't have asked for a better turn. Couldn't have asked for a better turn. The sacrifice, the AI pilot sacrifice, was worth it. Definitely worth it. Good thing that it would put Silica over here. Okay, maybe we can do it. And I didn't realize that the Advanced Edition added some creepy undertone to the happy-go-lucky Dewey, the CEO of Archive, with the head stuck in the past. Instead, now he wants to capture live Mech to use it infected corpses to spread illness among the Mech. That's hardcore. And yeah, there's no capture alive objective like in XCOM, but kill 5 or fewer enemies, which is 6 or fewer enemies on Unfair. This objective we can do. Very easy. The map is not great, but not bad either. There are no cluster of 4 or 6 buildings. And of course we get the 2 in a line. And this was my fault. Of course I expected them to be farther back, but yeah, there's no rule. The Mech can come as close as they want, so that's why if we could start on the line 4, it would be much more fair. But at this point, not much I can do. I guess if I stay over here, I had to reset because yeah, I realized that I get destroyed. So instead of doing this, I'm going to do this, which allows us to block to save the shield. I also yeah, killed that one. And yeah, the centipede is very easy to bait to kill other enemies in this mission that we don't want to kill enemies. They should have done one step back to avoid baiting the centipede too hard. The downside was to bait the hornet over here. Can still do this, and I cannot afford this because of the acid. Oh, of course, it's going to block. I knew that. This combination is giving more trouble than I expected, so I think I'm going to ignore that one. To just do this, or even better, yeah, it will block, but then it will create a spiderling, right? So I'm going with this instead. Might be a bit risky to lose the shields over here, but yeah, the combination is a problem. This one will be dead, of course, next turn, so it's not... Yeah, it wasn't worth it to get a new spider, a fresh spider kill. And yeah, my only... I didn't worry about the Hornet being here, that couldn't do anything, but of course they have... Maybe that's the reason they have the penalty to move in the corner. So we are fine, aside from blocking this one. Fire will go first, doesn't matter. Don't worry for a second. The Psion got called to another planet. Apparently Dewey already forgot his nefarious plan because we begin moving refugees here now that the Vec are gone. Not really a convenient spot with acid and fire, but I thought the idea was to experiment on the surviving Vec. Already forgot about that. And the last choice would be between a friendly artillery and an even more friendly group of mines. The only problem is this tile, but we should be fine. Yes. So this Hornet will go always for the double, so if it doesn't have any other option but this one, we remove the mine. This mine was a problem because we couldn't push a Vec attacking here from here. Well, luckily we didn't. That didn't go for that for some reason, but it's just random, so if if it's a single target, any target is good enough. I don't think they have special rules. The only thing is against going to the border, and very strongly against the corner. But yeah, the Hornet, as we've seen on this challenge, the Vec with multiple tiles will always go for their best tile on unfair, at least. So on unfair, this becomes necessary training. It's very important to understand that to be able to beat unfair, so I recommend this exercise kind of practice for unfair. Also, I think it's better, instead of blocking, it's better to get rid of the thing, because here we can get... Well, they can be stuck, they can be projectiles. Also, yeah, stepping on that removes the mites. Also, this should remove the mite, even though it doesn't deal damage. I think there was a bug on release that if a Vec plummeted into the void, into a void tile, the game forgot about considering the mites gone. So, yeah, that would have been a very bad thing to see on an unfair perfect 40k run. And yeah, this is a problem. Cannot do anything about that unless I can... No. I needed someone else to bump. That's unfortunate. So we're taking damage. At least we can block this one and take care of them. Usually I wouldn't kill the Psion, but yeah, this combination Arachnid host with the mines is very annoying. You will remove this mine, which is not ideal. I think it's fine. But usually this is a very easy mission unless get that Psion. So this is a problem. We needed all the grid for the leader, so don't know if we can do it as expected. So now we can drown it without any issue. Last turn. Actually, I should probably worry about this one instead. But then I cannot block. So if I do this... actually, no, stay here. I can block two, but... yeah, I cannot get rid of this. I need... yeah, I need to get a bump. Like that. Also, the pod is very late, so it was guaranteed on Island 1 and Island 2. But yeah, it came very late, so I think I'm going to ignore it, even though this will probably do 1 damage. Oh well. The pod is guaranteed in every island, but you get 1 in the first 2 islands and 2 on the second. Island 3 and Island 4. We don't know which mission, but it happens. Also, yeah, the spiderling to damage we couldn't afford. But even... yeah, this was about Psion, but yeah, I don't see the point of... I think I showed you how it works. The idea is that I could keep resetting to beat the second island, but we'll probably die on the volcano either way. So if I reset and we get better enemies, so maybe no hornet, a better leader, we could do it, but yeah. So this is how it works. You can repeat until you get lucky, but yeah, this is not. The blobber, not looking good. Not looking good at all. Maybe one movement could be more helpful, but on Harold instead of the HP, but let's see. Yeah, not looking good. So this will usually also, it doesn't, since they don't like to go spawn in the corner, so this is his best move. Huh, can we? The only hope is to bait it, but if you spawn this way, we could have baited very easily like that. So yeah, unfortunately, okay, thanks to the water, unfortunately you create a symmetric line, so it could go here or here. But yeah, in some maps it's very easy to bait, but starting over there, I don't think we can do much. If we start like this, it will go here, so it will probably, yeah, we'll probably push into water. But yeah, the hornet is not helping at all. It could go, actually, yeah, it will go here because this is the best style, so we definitely go here for the double. And I think I want to let it go here so I can drown it. But yeah, if we had more room, we could have just baited an empty corner, but yeah, this was guaranteed. Also, baited the thing. This is bad. Yeah, already given up, but let's try. Let's try. Of course, one less back because it's a leader. Some leaders have one less back. Since, yeah, things like spiders have the double thing. Also, did I fix? Yeah. So the leader version was introduced on Advanced Edition, but it still said a sticky blob that will kill itself, where it doesn't because they added 1 HP to the sticky blob. But yeah, it's not a scary leader, of course, if you have weapons. This is very good, actually. Yeah, and now we baited. I didn't... Yeah, I just went for the block, but now we baited correctly. So where can you go? Of course, it's massive, so you can go through water. It doesn't have actually very good... So we are lucky this map doesn't have buildings too close together, so like that. Let's see. Definitely want to get rid of one of the hornet. This one might destroy us next turn, though. So we are fine over here. Can I... This is an artillery move, so it works like our own artillery. So if he's here, he cannot attack this tile. There's no point in baiting unless I move away. Then he can go here and put something over there. Unfortunately, without realizing, I created a bad spot. So if he attacks over there, then there's nothing we can do. Maybe it wasn't worth it then to remove this. Oh no, actually, I don't think it will go for that because it will see his friends over here. So the centipedes actually don't care about friends, and sometimes they attack an empty tile because they... So if you are close, well, I show you the next turn. For now, let's try the desperate bait over here, like this. Yeah, we didn't really need one extra HP. This one is dead next turn. It all depends on what this attack. Yes. Okay. Almost worked out. I was hoping we'll go here, but this is still good too, because this would have been very bad. So this one will... That's why I wanted to add fire, because, yeah, usually these are very hard to push if you don't have if you don't have your range in a good spot. But what I was saying before is that if a centipede sees what looks the 3 things in a line, it will always go for that. Even if this is a friend of his that hasn't taken his turn. So if a centipede here attacked and then this was this one's turn, this would go away and the centipede would attack, well in this case there's a building, will attack an empty tile. It looks very silly, but I don't think it works for every Mech, so I don't think it will go for that if there are friends in the way. But we need to do this to survive. This one is dead. This one is stuck, which is not good. Luckily, yeah. Also, the fire will help for the next turn, so we don't want these to get close to the building. The only problem is the leader, of course, that next up. We can take 1 extra damage. I need to move away, though. That's why, yeah, with the extra HP we could have stayed over there, but just a matter of baiting the Mech. It doesn't matter if I'm close to the border. This one is on fire. And the blobber will probably go for that again, actually. No. Okay, still good. Maybe they have... Actually, I noticed this a lot when playing. I think they have some rules against doing the same move over and over again, because it would be annoying. And we lose the tower or 2. It doesn't matter actually, because we can use the 1 star, we can buy the power, so it's equivalent, but that's unfortunate. Still, I don't think we'll survive the volcano, so it doesn't matter too much. And of course, there's no point in drowning. The leaders are massive, so they won't die. Yeah, we can save that, I guess. Doesn't really matter. It's unfortunate, but still we survived. I'm surprised. It all depends on the map at this point, but yeah, that was a bad leader. We survived with 1 grid power. But yeah, this is over. This is where the run ends. Even if I used... Yeah, if I sold the weapons, so we could have gotten to full grid power again. Let's get to 1 hour gameplay. I can't afford any reactor core, which means... well, I want HP anyway, because it's the volcano. But yeah, no extra movement or HP. Will be a very big issue, but yeah, I don't think we'll survive anyway. I don't think the opener will matter too much, because yeah, we are not... we probably won't find many projectile Mech, so I don't think... I think it's more valuable as 1. Also, I'm going to sell this, even though I said I wouldn't, just to see. So yeah, if we survive with 1, wouldn't work. If I kept the 3 starting weapons, I could have gotten 1 extra reactor core. Maybe would have made a difference. We'll see, but I don't think so. I think the volcano will be a disaster. So yeah, let's try the last stand. And we can already see that there's a building over here, so yeah, this by itself can just destroy us. Webbing, yeah, no projectiles, so we are toast. Not much you can do. But as a helpful training exercise, regardless of the result, I think this is much better on normal than on easy. But yeah, anyway, I think that could help. Yeah, now we cannot even push. At least we baited 1, but this is a very huge help if you're having trouble on unfair, because yeah, this is the most overlooked part of the game. But in this situation, I don't think we can do anything. Yeah, even without the opener, we are good, and we cannot do much. Over here, this one is done. 1 damage is not going to matter at all. Maybe I'll try this. No, because I will get stuck. Let's try this, even though it's out of the way. But yeah. Even if you survive this side, then the second part is impossible. So you could restart over and over again. Oh, now we got the resist. Well, don't think it will matter at all. This will matter though. It will matter a lot. So this is the luck, not the resist. Oh, we got the Psion at the beginning. I never seen a Psion so early. Usually on the second part of the volcano and also on the last or second to last turn, because yeah, it's a very big issue now. But it won't damage the bomb since it's not here. I think it can appear twice. Also, I could kill if I had one more. The extra move would have been more helpful. I was scared, but the extra move would have saved us. I mean, I can still save, but no. Actually, I can. Can do this anyway, but not sure if it's a good idea standing in the corner. Also, Psion attack is not... I didn't do the extra HP here because of Psion attack is blocked by the armor. That's the normal blobber. Will explode. Oh no, it was this one that was broken. Killing itself and damaging adjacent ties, not that one. Anyway, you can do this. Still, not enough. And we got another resist. Okay, so if we get all the resist right now, we can survive, but again, at this point, it's just a matter of luck. Yeah, without the boulders, we could have gone here and pushed it against to remove this blob, but yeah, now we are too far away. Barely alive with the extra HP over here to block. The armor won't help us for blocking, but also this one is not able to move much to block, so if I wanted to improve this run, I would probably go with the 3 flying Mech, like the Mist Eaters one, and find something else instead of opener. Okay, so perfect situation aside from this one. Can try to bait that one into fire, even though it's a leader, so it will be massive. But yeah, the beetle is the perfect situation for us, the perfect one. The scarab and the hornet instead, the ones that will kill us. We didn't get many resist in the run, but all at the end, I guess. Not counted that too much. Unfortunately, we didn't bait the leader. Yeah, he's not immune to fire. So he set it on fire, he jumps on his own ties. Although the Renfield bomb is immune to fire. So this is the turn when the tentacles will go from beyond, so we remove one. We don't need to block 2 tiles. They will be back on the next one, but they count as blocked, basically. And this will allow us to save 1 power, which is not great, but yeah. We cannot afford more than that. And now we can remove this. Unfortunately, the turn order is such that this one is going to die. So there's no point. If we let this one get destroyed, we are dead. Might as well be dead. Renfield bomb is fire immune, but if I do this, it will go through and then this one will attack that one. So we are dead. If I had extra HP, we could survive this. But of course, because of the bump, this one will die. And that's why I needed the extra HP. Extra HP is over here, but it's not going to help much because I need to push someone away. Unfortunately, yeah. These are good if you have room to put something in the way, but like this is not great, but still save 1. The only way that we'll survive. Save 1 here. 1, so we'll survive 1 more turn, but of course, not much you can do. Just try to bait back, and that's it. As expected, we needed more projectiles, of course. And we got, okay, 3 resist in the volcano. That was very lucky, but still not enough. They would already be dead by now. Also, well, the bait worked incredibly well. And this one is not worried about the lava because it's a leader. It's massive, but it's not fire immune, so we'll set it on fire. Too late for that. And I needed to be able to push this. I could push that one though. Can we survive? So yeah, there's no point in the projectiles if they are too close to the building. I think. Yeah, we need one more turn, so we probably won't survive, but yeah, thanks to the lucky resist, of course. Technically this is still possible on hard or unfair if you get a pilot with plus 3% grid defense, since it starts at 0, and you get one of the unbelievably high probability numbers, like much beyond the examples like a number so large that it's bigger than the grain of sands on Earth, something like that. Many more zeros, then yes, it's possible at any difficulty because you can just resist. But I can't believe it that we are going to do it over here. If I had one if I had one extra movement. I was right to go for one extra movement. We could actually have one. So yeah, we can sacrifice this, and if we had one extra movement, we could have survived. Oh well, yeah, there's no point in just restarting until you get unbelievably lucky. I cannot believe that you got 3 grid resist, so almost it would have been fair anyway, but I don't like grid resist. But yeah, that was just, I just wanted to show you that on the volcano is basically impossible, and we almost got there. Almost got there. I guess that's the lesson, not to leave your mech in the border. So if the mechs are in the border, they can do much less than in the center of the board. I cannot believe it. We almost did it. Unless we get another resist. Will we get another resist? Valiant sacrifice to the judo mech. No resist. I think that, yeah, that's more fair. Doesn't matter too much if you just win by grid resist, but yeah, I don't think it's possible. Yeah, a normal we could have survived with much better luck on the enemy types, the building placements, where they hit, and so on, but yeah, it doesn't change the fact that in this run we needed grid resist. We had 3 grid resist and still died. It's funny that if I left that on the move, or if I sold the 3 starting weapons and get 1 extra power core, I guess, for the extra HP or move, would have been fine. But yeah, that was lucky, very lucky. And there's no point. The point of this video was not to see how lucky we can get, but to see what we can do in some situations. So on unfair, if you're in trouble, pick the islands with the fireflies and avoid the islands with moths. Of course, they're the strongest enemies, the strongest starting enemy. And then after that, depending on the weapons you have, you might want, well, usually you want to avoid spiders, the advanced enemies, but if you have Camilla, you can do that. There are weapons you can do from whichever part of the map, like a targeted strike, for example. So webbing is not too bad. And to explain more, I need to go into much deeper detail that I'm hoping to do in the future, but not just because I called season 3. Things will change over here. This was just the warm-up. I always said I want to experiment different formats. This time, I'm going all in. You'll see. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Take care.